Hey guys, just like I said, I'm making dinner tonight. This is the Friends on the Other Side gumbo recipe. It's in the Villain's Devilishly Delicious Cookbook by Disney, and there's over 50 desserts in here. This one is inspired by the Shadow Man, or Dr. Facilier. To start out, we're going to cut everything up so that it's all ready to go when it's necessary. This recipe will probably take about an hour and 15 minutes, so you might see some clips of in and out. It's really basic. All I gotta do is, to start out, cut up some onion, bell pepper, celery, and andouille slices. So I'm gonna get out my cookbook, my cutting board and my veggies and stuff and get cooking. This is the cutting board I'm using. It's a nice big one. It'll make it easy to cut up everything and just leave it on the cutting board. I think you're seeing my face right now. I'm not sure. One. Okay guys, here we have one yellow onion. Don't worry, it might not look great on the outside, but it is ripe. Well, not ripe. It's safe to eat. A butt ton of celery, though we only need 2 large stalks of it. So there should be plenty right here. 1 package of andouille sausage. And 1 green bell pepper. Now, to start out, I'm going to wash all my ingredients. If you don't, that's up to you. But hey, sanitary. So let's get started. I'm going to lay out paper towels on my cutting board just so that I can immediately set the wet food on there. Like that. First, we're going to start out by rinsing off a green bell pepper. Don't worry about that noise. That would just be the package of okra and the package of shrimp that we will use later. That is still in the sink. Next, we're going to break off 2 big old stalks of celery. See, this is why we wash it. It's really dirty on the butt. 1 big stalk of celery, and let's get this nice one right here. 2 big stalks of celery. Now, I don't like the flavor of celery on its own, but when it's mixed into things, you can't really taste it, which makes it a lot better. Now, I've never tried okra, so it makes me kind of nervous that I gotta use that later in the recipe when I've never tried it nor know how to cook it. So let's rinse off these celery stalks, and then we'll get a knife and start cutting. Bam. So we're going to dry these off real fast, and we'll just let them keep drying off. We're wrapping the celery in that paper towel, and then we'll grab another paper towel for the green onion to dry it off with. All that good stuff. And these just came out of our fridge, so they're really cold right now. Then I also rinsed them with cold water because, you know, all that good stuff. So, since I'm just a kid, I'm using one of my dad's steak knives right here. Keep in mind, do not play with knives. Please be careful with them and use good knife skills when in the kitchen. I hate cutting onions, so we're going to start with this. Also, my dad always told me you should cut up the meat last. First off, I'm taking out the outermost skin of the onion. Then you're supposed to just real quick, real easy, slice the skin just a little bit with the knife to help remove it. My dad said that onions don't affect you nearly as much when you use a sharp knife to cut them. I used my mom's dull knife last time, and it made my eyes water really badly, but also I was cutting up 5 of these. Today we're just using 1. It helped to cut off the top of this. I'm still working on my cooking skills, so please don't judge, especially my cutting abilities. Or the way I hold things when I cut them. I know it's probably not the safest way, but I do it anyways. And if my big brother comes upstairs, he'll just think I'm crazy. Anyways, he already thinks I'm crazy, so it don't matter. To me, at least. It might matter to you guys. I don't care. So right now, we're just gently peeling off the onion skin so that it looks like this. Throw away your trash, clean up as you go. I know I shouldn't rub my eyes with onion hands, but I'm going to do it anyways. Don't ask me questions. The book says the onion should be diced. So to start out with, I'm going to cut my onion in half. You guys might do it differently. I just choose to cut it in half. And then you just cut it into slices, and then you can easily dice it. Now keep in mind, I am only a 14-year-old girl. I do not know how to properly cook like a chef. So if any proper chefs out there give me advice, well, I don't know why you're watching my video. You're the chef, not me. But I do appreciate the views. And I hope you enjoy this video. It's real easy to just gather up the slices and dice them up after you've cut them. This recipe is not like a super duper easy recipe, but it's not super hard either. My mom and dad trust me to cook alone. Plus I know what a cooked shrimp looks like. It's pink. It's not white anymore. I'm listening to TV in the background, by the way. So if you guys don't like that kind of thing, or it distracts you from this video, turn it off. Or keep watching it. I don't care. Just, if this video is helpful or you are trying to follow along, I suggest focus. But I'm never focused anyways, so it don't matter. You can be focused or unfocused on your own time. And I can't say my dad was lying. It's not affecting my eyes nearly as much. I'm not happy doing this. I do not like cutting things. I'd say by far it's the worst part of cooking. And these aren't super tiny chunks either because I'm not great at dicing things. They're okay size-wise. Sorry, onions are starting to get to me. I'm actually going to go grab a bowl to slip these into. Or like a glass plate. We have some of both. But I think I'll go with a bowl for this. I'm using this. I get it's a Christmas bowl, but you know what? I'm not particularly concerned about that. If you guys are, use whatever bowl you want. That's just the bowl I have on hand. You know, all that good stuff. Sorry, y'all. I'm just stepping away for a sec. These are affecting my eyeballs. Like a mother truck. Sorry about that little mess. We're going to clean that up real fast. Don't think I dropped anything on the floor, so that's great because we can still use all of this. Then I gotta rinse my hands because, oh my god, onions. We're going to set this aside because we don't need that until step 3. Till step 3. My older brother is probably going to stay downstairs while I'm cooking. But next I'm going to cut up. Well, it all goes in at the same time. All the veggies go in at the same time. So step 3. So next I'm going to cut up the celery and then pop that in the bowl with that. And all that good stuff. The sausage comes in at step 2. So you don't want to cut that up quite yet. That is my older brother, Harper. So I'm going to pause this video while he passes. Or he might just be grabbing the water. He was just grabbing the water. We're fine. Right now, I'm just dicing up the celery and being careful because this knife is really, really sharp. Also, my dog Cooper is in here. Cooper, get down. He is very balanced and can stand on the sink. Like, he holds onto the sink and stands up sometimes. So then we gotta tell him to get down, and he doesn't like doing it, but he does it usually. Unless someone he really likes is outside, like my dad. But he's not. Cooper will probably be going to go lay down with our dog Waylon and our dog Scout. They're all very good dogs. I haven't learned the best way to peel a bell pepper yet. Break a bell pepper? Cut a bell pepper? I don't know how to say it. The onion's finally fading away, which is nice. That was very, 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 very annoying. Okay, so now I'm going to go throw away this trash, and then we'll slice and dice up this bell pepper. We're just putting it all into the exact same bowl as the onion, because all of it will be going in at the same time. Also, my phone just fell, don't mind that. After we get this all done, and we get everything else cut up, then we are actually going to, go ahead and get out our seasonings. We need a lot of basil, thyme, a bay leaf. I will show you guys what the seasonings are as I get them out. I've cut up half this bell pepper, but we need the entire thing. It's specifically called for green bell peppers, so that's what my mom got. I personally prefer the red, orange, or yellow bell peppers because they have a sweeter flavor. But the green bell peppers work good for this kind of thing. And when it specifically calls for it, you get it. In the end, this will be really yummy, hopefully, and you're supposed to serve it with rice. So we'll have to cook up some rice. However, it does not tell you how much to cook, so I'll probably cook like 3 cups. So that I can make sure that there's plenty of rice. Maybe 2 cups, I'm not sure. These are my dad's knives, so they are very, very sharp because he does not want his knives to go dull. So after I use them, I have to wash them, dry them, and put them away. Okay, so now that that's all cut up, we're going to cut up the andouille. But the thing is, I can't put that in with the veggies. First off, the bowl is really, really full. Second, the andouille goes in after I make the rouge. So I'm going to go ahead and go get a glass plate to put the andouille on. Just a real small, easy glass plate like that. Then you gotta cut open the andouille. Or in this case, just get the andouille open, man. You're also supposed to cut this up, so we gotta do that. I hate touching cold meat, by the way. Also, no dirty jokes, please, for the love of God. I'm just not a fan of touching stuff like this, but I got to for this. So I'm going to go ahead and go throw away this trash and then cut that up. It says to slice it thin. So we're going to cut this up into little circles, nice and thin like that. So we've cut up half of it already. We just got to cut up the other half, and then we can get out our seasonings. After I wash my hands, because I hate touching this right now. And wash this knife and put it away. Now, I've never tried okra before, so I really hope it tastes okay. Thankfully, this doesn't take any, like, special pot or anything. You just use a big pot. So, like, a pot that you would cook noodles in or potatoes. That should be fine for this recipe. Which is great because I hate my dad's Dutch oven because I'm really bad with Dutch ovens. And I'm also afraid to use cast iron. And we don't have a cast iron pot other than our Dutch oven, which not really my thing. So now we're just going to pop it all on that glass plate and then wash this knife, dry it, put it away, wash my hands, get out seasonings, and start cooking. Thank God. Okay, knife's all washed. Now we're just going to dry it up and put it away. Then I'll take you guys over to our spice cabinet, where we'll get out all the spices that we need for this recipe. And then we'll head to the fridge and get out, like, other ingredients. This cutting board, we're done with, so it can go away now. This is what these ingredients look like. So now we're going to take our cookbook and bring it over here. Also, that's where we put our veggies. Well, not veggies. That's where the okra and the shrimp are right now, just to get ready to be cooked. I laid them out this morning so that they had time to thaw. Now for this, we need bay leaves, thyme, basil, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, salt, black pepper, and I think that's it for the seasonings. This is what it looks like. So we have a little bit of digging to do, and I'm probably going to climb up on, I'm probably going to go get a chair, actually, so that I can see better, because I'm short. There's our baby and the other two babies. Now my back does hurt a little bit, y'all. It's just sore and I don't know why. And you might think this is the correct black pepper, but it is not. That stuff is coarse, like coarse black pepper. And we don't need coarse black pepper, we need fine black pepper, which is up here. Fine ground black pepper. Chili powder. There's Italian seasoning and a whole bunch of other things up here. The hardest part to do this is going to be right here. But plain salt, we also need this. This dish isn't supposed to be like spicy by any means, but hopefully it'll taste good. Cayenne pepper. That's oregano, but we don't need that. We need thyme, basil. It's all back there usually. That's a cinnamon stick. This is Italian seasoning. And I know it looks like a mess, but you know what? We're family of 5. We don't have a ton of storage room usually for anything. It's also really far back and hard to reach in the back. Here's the basil. Mustard ground. More cayenne pepper. Savory, whatever that is. Minced onion. Nope. We're looking up here for everything. Didn't know that we had these. Might eat one of those later. Ground thyme leaves, you know. Now we're looking for a smoked paprika and our bay leaf. I know we have both. I've seen both in here. It's a pain in the ass to find things around here, if you can't tell. I'm not seeing it up there, so we're going to go back to up here. Bay leaves. I know we have to have some smoked paprika somewhere in here. powder, cloves, nutmeg, okay, not in there. Good to know. I'm going to pause this video so that it doesn't drag out for 2 hours. Well, I guess we're going to have to admit the 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika because I cannot find smoked paprika, sadly. But I can't find any smoked paprika. Also, the video angle is going to change. My phone is charging right now. That's okay. A teaspoon of smoked paprika shouldn't make too much of a difference. But I will let Mom and Dad know that we're out of smoked paprika so they can buy more. Okay, now we're going to start the roux. For this, we're going to need 2 sticks of butter and half a cup of flour.
Way bigger than big old body bee.
Sorry if you heard that. That was my brother and my dog fawning all over each other.
Chatting with one of your friends or something?
Nope, recording a video, Rafe. I'm going to use this 1/4 cup. It has a broken handle, but it's whatever. Don't roll your eyes at me. Okay, guys, half a cup of flour. So 2 of these. Okay. The recipe says to mix this until it is golden brown, or like a deep, rich brown. And it says it should take about 15 minutes. We're going to set our oven on 8. Well, our stovetop on 8. I moved my stove up to high. Hey Rafe, I want to let you know that this recipe isn't going to have the smoked paprika in it. I couldn't find it. My brother Rafe does not cook, so he doesn't care if it doesn't have something. If it tastes good, he'll eat it, usually. The recipe book will remind you that butter does burn very quickly. Just a fair warning. So yeah, keep stirring this for a good bit until it starts to change into a rich brown color from what the recipe book is telling me. I'm going to lower the heat back down to a 6 and just keep stirring and cooking this until it turns brown. I am going to move my cookbook because I will need that burner here in a little while to make some rice to go with this meal. My spine was hurting, so I just popped it real fast. I lowered my stove down to 3 to try and negate some heat. But yeah. I'll turn it back up to 6 now that it's stopped making more bubbles. It is going to get lighter before it gets darker. That's just because all the butter is melted. I think. I'm definitely not burning this. It's starting to darken back up. It is a light brown color now. Which is great, because that's exactly what we want. Right now it's almost like a latte color. Okay, now that it's reached this dark, richer brown color, we are going to, real quick and easily, dump in our sausage. It says once the sausage starts to brown up, then we add in our, everything else. All the veggies. Okay, now that the sausage is starting to brown, I'm going to go get the garlic. You need 4 teaspoons or 4 cloves of garlic. Garlic. I'm going to stir that in real fast. I turned it down to 4. Starting to smell good. Then you add in all of these. And cook those until they're tender. While all of that is cooking, you should get your seasonings over here. You can also open up your tomatoes. This is what this looks like so far. But the veggies are still cooking. I think the veggies have cooked down enough. Next up, we are going to add in the okra, the tomatoes, the herbs, and the seasonings. I'm putting in the okra first. It doesn't really matter too much. Ew. I'm mixing that all in. I'm mixing in the okra and the tomatoes right now. Then I will add the seasonings after that. That was a lot more than included. That's fine. It's whatever. Now we mix in all of those seasonings, including the a lot of thyme that I accidentally added in. Okay. Now we're going to add in the vegetable stock. Now we're going to add in 4 cups of vegetable stock, which is the entire container. There. Turned up the heat to 8. Now we're going to let that simmer for 30 minutes, add the shrimp and cook for another 5 minutes, and then remove and serve with rice. Though I do wish that I did have the paprika, I didn't have any. But this is where our journey ends, guys. Thanks for watching me try to make a recipe I've never made before. And I hope you guys liked it.